Friends, you might have heard about Saudi Arabia's 170 kilometers megalinear city named The Line, being built under the project Neom. But did you know that there are several other such future cities being planned around the world? In this video, we will explore 10 future cities that are being planned around the world. These are such ambitious cities that will leave you amazed. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon for more interesting videos. Let's get started. Number 10. The Line, Saudi Arabia. The Line is by far the most hyped and talked about future city in the world. As the name suggests, this city will be of linear shape which will stretch 170 kilometers across northwest Saudi Arabia in the form of a straight line. This 34 square kilometers city will be home for 9 million residents. This mega project will be built under the Neom initiative of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, with an aim to diversify its economy and become less reliant on oil. This mega city will have 500 meters tall and 200 meters wide mirrored facades that will enclose an open area between them. These high pairs of structures will become the 12th highest building in the world, as well as being by far the longest. Also, the city will have lots of planting. According to the Saudi Arabian government, the line will have an outer mirror facade that will provide its unique character and allow even its small footprint to blend with nature, while the interior will be built to create extraordinary experiences and magical moments. Homes, shops and leisure spaces will be arranged vertically as layers. So, the city will have 3 layers within 5-minute walk neighborhoods. You can travel end to end within 20 minutes. The entire city will be powered by renewable energy. Number 9. BiodiverCity, Malaysia. BiodiverCity is going to be a 1,821-hectare development of 3 artificial islands built off the shore of Malaysia's Penang island for the state government. Each island will resemble a lily pad and will house 15,000 to 18,000 residents. Also, in each island, there will be 4.6 kilometers of public beaches, 242 hectares of parks and a 25-kilometer-long waterfront. These islands will be connected by an autonomous transport network with no cars. Buildings in the city will be mainly constructed using a combination of bamboo, timber and concrete produced from recycled materials, with an ecological buffer around each district to support biodiversity. The goal of BiodiverCity is to create a global destination that facilitates sustainable economic and cultural growth of Penang Island, while protecting the biodiversity of its coastal zones and natural habitats. Number 8, Telosa, USA. It is reported that Danish architect Bjarke Ingels and his studio Big are master planning Telosa, a city for 5 million people. The city will be built from scratch on an as yet undisclosed site in the U.S. desert. Telosa aims to be the most sustainable city in the world. The city will infuse the most advanced technologies in it. Sustainability will be at its core when building anything in the city. More efficient public transportation, underground movement of waste and goods will be introduced to keep the city clean. The city will have autonomous vehicles that are not only high-tech but also safe. Telosa wants to be recognized as the most open, the most fair, and the most inclusive city in the world. Number 7, Amaravati, India. Amaravati city will be built on the banks of the river Krishna and it will be the new capital for the Andhra Pradesh state in India. The city will be arranged around a needle-topped government building and more than 60% of the core area will be occupied by greenery or water, with cycle paths, water taxis and routes for electric cars providing green transport options. Amaravati aims to be recognized as a high-tech and sustainable city. In this city, a governmental complex will run through the center of the city, stretching 5.5 kilometers long and 1 kilometer wide, with ribbon-like lakes weaving around tree-lined boulevards. The urban grid and central expanse of greenery are nods to both New York's Central Park and Edwin Lutyens' designs for Delhi. There will be a legislative assembly building surrounded by a freshwater lake at the center of this green spine. Also, the legislative assembly building will be crowned by a 250-meter-high conical roof, above a rippling overhanging canopy that will provide shade and allow cool breezes to move through the building. Also, there will be a high court complex which will have a stepped roof designed like the stupas of ancient India. Number 6, New Administrative Capital, Egypt. Egypt's capital Cairo has become so overpopulated that it's now facing management challenges and the city is no longer capable of accommodating more people. So, to relieve congestion in rapidly growing Cairo, Egypt is building an entirely new capital city for up to 7 million people. This new project New Administrative Capital will cover 700 square kilometers and feature one of the world's largest urban parks. There will be over 100 residential neighborhoods designed to fit among the natural wadi topography, made up of ravines that fill with water during occasional heavy rainfall. These are going to be the areas of planting that direct natural breezes through the city. It is reported that the new city will be built on core principles that include places of education, economic opportunity, and quality of life for Egypt's youthful population. The city will also include a 200-meter-high skyscraper modeled on the pyramids. Number 5, Smart Forest City, Mexico. Mexico is planning a smart forest city with the help of Italian architect Stefano Boeri. The city will be built near Cancun that will contain 7.5 million carbon-absorbing plants and trees across its 557 hectares. The city is said to be designed to house 130,000 people in affordable, plant-covered homes and aims to pioneer a more sustainable way of city living. According to the city planner, it is going to be a botanical garden within a contemporary city, based on Mayan heritage and in its relationship with the natural and sacred world. It will serve as an urban ecosystem where nature and city are intertwined and act as one organism. It is said that the smart forest city will absorb 116,000 tons of carbon dioxide with 5,800 tons of CO2 stocked per year. There will be sensors distributed within the building fabric. These sensors will collect and share relevant information, which will then be centrally analyzed and turned into suggestions in support of everyday life. For example, by mapping on an app the expected outdoor comfort experience within certain areas of the city. It is believed that this will help prevent the spread of diseases and make the most of energy use. There will also be a complex design to become a center for advanced research with 6 facilities that address some of the leading issues in today's society such as biohealthcare, astrophysics and planetary science, coral reef restoration, precision farming and regenerative technology, smart city, and mobility and robotics. Number 4, The Orbit, Canada. The Orbit is another planned smart city that is going to be built in Canada. This city aims to transform a Canadian farming town called Innisfil, which is a primarily agrarian and residential town 60 kilometers north of Toronto. The transformation will be done through extensive use of fiber optics, drones and autonomous vehicles, with development decisions based on big data. It is believed that the city will balance new technologies with the existing agrarian setting while growing the town from 30,000 to 150,000 residents. The project will span over 450 acres, 182 hectares, and will mark the latest development for Innisfil. The Orbit will join the existing regional public transit that services the Greater Toronto and Hamilton areas, and also provide a quicker connection between the city centre and more distant hamlets. There will be circular streets that will merge with the existing street grid of the town, and be segmented into parcels, which renderings show with ample grass and trees. Buildings are also depicted as grass-covered and curvilinear, following the aesthetic of the master plan. Number 3, Maldives Floating City, Maldives. As you might know, rising sea levels due to climate change has become a big concern for Maldives. Maldives is expected to sink and be uninhabitable by 2050. In response, Maldives is planning to design a floating city that will house 20,000 people in a lagoon near its capital as soon as 2024. This city is going to be the world's first true floating island city, which will include 5,000 low-rise floating homes and will be built on a series of hexagonal structures that will rise with the sea. It will take 10 minutes by boat from the Maldivian capital Male to reach this city. The city planner revealed that the floating city will be flood-proof, composed of a series of hexagonal islands modeled on the geometric shapes of a local coral called brain coral. When combined and viewed from above, the development will resemble a brain. Also, artificial coral banks will be attached to the underside of the floating city to stimulate natural coral growth. The city will support houses, hotels, restaurants, shops, a hospital, a school and a government building. Each seafront residence will be 100 square meters and have a jetty attached to its front and a terrace on its roof. Number 2, Innovation Park, USA. Innovation Park will be a smart city that will be developed in Nevada's desert. Cryptocurrency magnate Jeffrey Burns is behind this ambitious project. The plan is to transform the 27,113-hectare plot into a community where people can bank, vote and store data without involvement from governments or third parties. This city will serve hubs of major tech giants including Google, Apple, Switch, and Tesla. It will be a new kind of business and residential community. This city is in fact also being called a blockchain city, and it is intended to pioneer uses for the technology in an urban environment, including houses, schools and a high-tech park. Number 1. Chengdu Future City, China. Chengdu Future City is going to be built as a car-free city for the capital of China's Sichuan province. The city will challenge conventional urban planning models that are driven by road networks or maximizing gross floor area. Chengdu Future City will spread over 4.6 square kilometers and it will focus on the land's rolling topography, with 6 distinct zones or clusters designed to blend in with the surrounding landscape. All buildings within each zone will be reachable by foot within 10 minutes. In addition, a smart mobility network utilizing automated vehicles will connect the city to the rest of Chengdu. The city will also have dedicated housing, government facilities and commercial and public venues, and one cluster with an elevated, circular building transport hub. Also, a 460,000 square meters international educational park will be built that can host spaces for multiple universities, including student accommodation, laboratories and offices. At the center of the international educational park, there will be a valley in which a landmark complex building measuring 80,000 square meters will be built. So friends, these are the top 10 future cities being built around the world, to resemble next era. Which one of these cities do you find most appealing? Please leave your thoughts in the comment box. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to get more videos.